Michael Rapaport, who joins us here on the Rich Eisen Show in person. Michael is part of the cast of Fantasy Zone this season, the senior fantasy football analyst for Red Zone. Good to see you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Although, as you know, as you respect me working blue when we text one another.
Yes.
But this has to be a safe for work broadcast.
Absolutely.
Why do I call you a senior fantasy football analyst when in the Allison Chains League that Brockman and I are currently leading with the most points, most wins, and now have already a Carlos Hyde performance in our back pocket for week 3? Why do I call you senior?
Well, I'm great.
Is that right?
I'm great at fantasy football. I know my stuff. I've come on this show. I've given great hot takes, and all of them, I'd say about 75% of them have been good. The real question is Rich, is you have a show.
Yeah.
You did a fantastic job with a great game on Thursday Night Football last week.
Thank you.
Last night.
Thank you.
You're a sports guy. Yet, you got your flunky, your henchman doing your draft for you.
Flunky Henchman Brockman. Great name, by the way.
Great name.
No, I'm saying, no disrespect, he did a great job, but like, are you getting paid to do this guy's drafts or anything?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Tell him again.
Like cash?
Tell him again.
Forget what you get over here, the stacks of money you make over here. I'm saying, is my man throwing you cash to do his draft to try to make him look sort of decent?
We have an arrangement.
See, now, here's the thing. Basically, this is grade A.
It's deflecting.
Grade A deflecting right now. Because it's just like, instead of talking about being 0-2 because he lost by 0.1 point to Duff McKagan. 0.1 point to Duff McKagan of Guns N' Roses fame.
You know what?
Instead of owning it, you try and deflect on an unbesmirchable 2-0 team.
Unbesmirchable?
Yes.
What is unbesmirchable?
Yes.
Did you make that up? Is that a real word?
Yes, it is.
Unbesmirchable?
Yes, it is.
That's a real word?
It comes straight from the
dominating
dotard gallery of words.
Let me tell you something. Rich.
Yes, Michael.
I blame the guy whose league it is. Jerry Cantrell, big rock star with his Allison Chains crap and his guitars, beautiful house, spotty internet. So you're spending your money in the wrong place. Because my team auto-drafted 4 guys. I am a senior fantasy football analyst. Every single draft I make, I have to be able to stand behind and explain. 4 of the guys, I couldn't pick them out of a lineup.
So are you saying?
So I have 4 redheaded stepchildren on my team. So I blame Jerry Cantrell and his crappy internet. It's like he's got beautiful art, beautiful furniture, crappy internet.
Maybe. So you're saying the reason why you're 0-2
in this league,
week 3
in this league
is Jerry Cantrell, his IT guy. That's the guy you're blaming.
No, not his IT guy. I'm blaming Jerry Cantrell himself.
Fantastic.
Okay?
Wow.
He's on tour. These guys never stop making the money. It's like they're spitting it out. Get your internet fixed, my man.
So
it's not the 90s.
But at least you had Pierre Garçon last night, right?
That's right.
You had him.
Yep, I had him last night, and he did very well. And I've been talking about Pierre all Duress mock season and all season.
Duress mocks. Yeah, I love that Duress mock draft. That was, last night we were talking about.
Was that so much fun?
It was incredible.
I mean, as a fan, Rich, did you have a ball?
I did. And plus, there was Brockman and Del Tufo were there as well in the green room watching Marshall Faulk watch the Rams.
Oh, you brought them with you?
Yeah. We did the show from there yesterday.
Nice.
They were part of the whole
Don't shine
crew.
shoes no more,
Nice.
Mike.
That's right. Yeah, you've been away a long time. There's no shine box for those guys. But
no shine box.
No shine box
Not
at
no
all.
more.
But Marshall was into it. I mean, because he's excited that the Rams look like this. And what this is a bona fide offensive team.
My phone's ringing.
Was it
on air?
Is that right? You know what that
no
is?
one important.
By
Sorry.
the way, who is it? Who is it?
Nobody important.
You sure?
Nobody important. If it was somebody good, I'd answer it. But it was my fault.
Okay.
But can I ask you something?
By the way, that's a $10 fine on the Rich
Sorry,
Eisen show.
I'm really sorry about that.
It's
embarrassing. But
it's okay.
You know what I was happy about for you and for the NFL and for Thursday Night Football?
Yes.
The haters complaining about Thursday Night Football. You know what? If you're a real football fan, you want to complain about Thursday Night Football, watch Dancing with the Stars. Derek Fisher made a mockery of himself last night on Dancing with the Stars. Don't complain about Thursday Night Football. There's plenty of other things to watch. Shut up and then get off the internet. If it's so bad, why are you talking about it? I watch it every single week. If it's Thursday, Sunday, there's good games Monday, there's bad games Sunday night, shut your mouth and watch Derek Fisher make a fool of himself on Dancing with the Stars.
I applaud you, sir. I stand and applaud you.
And next week's going to be a good
Bless
game,
you.
too. You got one of the best football players ever, Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
You got an exciting yet not very good Chicago Bears team.
Yes.
And you got my main man, my favorite player in the NFL right now, Ty Montgomery, number 88, converted wide receiver to a bang-em-up, bruise-em, old-school running back. I love that dude. So next Thursday is going to be good, too.
Yes.
So if you don't like it, watch Days of Our Life on repeat, record it, and shut your mouth up. No one cares about your tweets. I don't. Game was great last night.
Michael Rapaport, a senior.
There you go. Fantasy football analyst.
Fantasy football analyst here on the Rich
There you go.
Eisen Show.
You could say it.
Who do you have? You come every week with hype players and hype that shouldn't be believed. Let's start with don't believe the hype.
Don't believe the hype in fantasy this week.
Yes.
Deshaun Watson, love you. But Billy the Chin Belichick is going to eliminate your number one weapon, and you're going to be running for your life this week versus New England. Okay? DeAndre Hopkins is not going to be a factor.
He does, Belichick, always take away the one thing that you covet the most.
Yes.
And that is
D-Hop.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Yes. And he's going to rookie him. He's going to rookie him. Billy Belichin, Billy Belichick.
Yes.
Did I say cheat? I'm sorry. Billy Belichick.
Look out.
He's going to eliminate that. He's going to have a tough time this week. Leonard Fournette. These games in London, no good. They're shopping. They're playing the Ravens. They have a tough line.
They're shopping.
Now, you know how they're always like, they show them shopping.
Yeah,
they're with
at
the
Harrods.
Queen.
They're at Harrods. They're having a tea. They're having tea. Clotted cream.
It's too much traveling. It's too much shopping. It's too much Prince Harry. I just don't.
Are you saying people should bench Leonard Fournette
No.
this week?
I'm not saying bench him. I'm not saying necessarily bench him, but you could consider benching him.
Okay.
If you have to. I don't know everybody's team. Although I know a lot, I don't know everybody's team. But
Sure,
I'm saying I have him in the Howard Stern Fantasy Football League where I'm actually leading in first place, destroying everybody.
Okay.
Ruin him.
Yeah.
I may or may not play him. So I'm not saying bench him, but in daily fantasy football, I wouldn't go with him.
Stay away from him.
I would not go with him. Marcus Mariota,
Yes.
no DeMarco, no Corey Davis, the Legion of Boom. Marcus Mariota has not made that jump that we expected him. Listen, I know he got a broken leg last year.
Yes.
I understand. I have compassion for that. There's no jokes about that. But he also seems hesitant to take off, which is one of his assets his first few years in the league.
I am a big Marcus Mariota fan. I drafted him in my poker league.
How's that working?
Somebody in my league, I don't know who did, dropped Matthew Stafford, and I picked him up, and I'm going to start him this week instead of Marcus Mariota.
You know why?
As much as I love Mariota, this is the week where I'm not going to go into the game with him like that.
And you know what? You like him, but you know what the key is, Rich? No feelings in fantasy. There's no commitments in fantasy football.
That's true.
I love you, Marcus Mariota. Sorry, you could be my cousin. You could be my son. If he was my son,
Right.
I'd bench your ass this week.
Well, I'm going to take a break right now. When
Okay.
we come back, I want players to believe the hype. Maybe there's a couple of people that might even be on a waiver wire. You never know. I gave a good one in yesterday's show. If you watch the show instead of listening to it, you may have missed that name. I'll give it again right here. Somebody who's definitely available on your waiver wire that I think is going to be a big-time running back in this league by the end of the season, if not in shorter time. I've got Michael Rapaport here. We've got Rashad Jennings making his way to the studio here, speaking of Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
He's in this hour. Robert Patrick in hour number 3.
The actor?
The actor
That's
himself.
my guy.
He's coming.
I like him. He's a good actor.
Me too. He's a big Falcons fan, too, and Lions and Falcons is a big marquee game this week. We've got Michael Rapaport here, and your phone calls at 844-204-RICH. Hang on. We'll take those calls here on this edition of The Rich Eisen Show. SeatGeek is, do you have the SeatGeek app on your phone?
Duh.
Of course you do. Michael Rapaport is a SeatGeek app. I have it. Our coordinating producer, Don Bowie, went to the Los Angeles Angels game yesterday.
Yeah.
Hit the SeatGeek button yesterday morning.
Yeah.
Hit the button, had the tickets. Boom. It was so simple. The only problem is some animal down the road from him took his shoes off at the stadium.
I mean,
there's nothing you can do with the SeatGeek app with that. Is there? I haven't seen the filter.
No.
Give me tickets away from some animal that's going to take their shoes off at the stadium. Haven't seen that.
Did they have on flip-flops?
No. Socks.
Oh,
Can you
that's
imagine?
savage. Even I wouldn't do that.
Savage. So, you know, is that your area when you do fantasy
Matter
here?
of fact, Rich, it is my area.
Right.
Okay, so I don't know why we got all this this up here.
Because it's the Rich Eisen show right now.
I understand that, but this is my little plot of land in the Rich Eisen studio.
Yes.
And basically, you've thrown up propaganda in my spot, in my area, because come Sunday, Fantasy Zone, this is the Rapaport area. They call it the Rapaport man cave.
Well, we got to come up with a better the Rapaport rat hole, or what are we going to come up
with?
That
works.
works.
I mean, but is it gorgeous or not, though, Richard? Look how gorgeous it is over here.
I know we can't call it a rat hole. That's bad.
Look at this place.
All like the Rapaport Command Center.
The rap hole.
The rap zone.
The rap zone.
Oh, the rap zone. The Fantasy Zone rap zone.
The place that winners sit.
No.
Well,
that's clearly
0-2. Yeah, that's
0-2.
Winners sit here, my friend. It's
10th out of 10.
That's nothing. You think like I'm sweating about that? That means nothing to me. I'm like, okay, 0-2, whoop-de-doo.
You know what you've won this week was the first spot in the waiver wire pickup. That's what you won this week.
Well, you said you had a waiver wire hit.
I do. Not more in the league. I picked him up. Dude, come on. I'm not going to give out facts and not use them. That's coming up.
You want to share it with the rest of the world?
Just clean your crap up on Sunday when you're done over there. That's all I care about. Just clean your crap up.
All right.
Wheels Up took us home after the game last night, so I could be here in person to talk to Michael Rapaport. Good to see you, sir.
That's why you rushed back, huh?
Well, no.
Okay.
But I just like to make my guests feel good.
Okay.
That's me.
I got it.
You know, I'm a giver, but I like to give the grief, too, certainly to those who are 0-2 in our league. You know, last night, I don't know if you saw the pregame. I know you saw the game.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see our pregame show on the NFL
Oh,
Network?
yeah.
Did you see, well, I know my two guys over there saw because they were in the green room. Michael Irvin and LaDainian Tomlinson did the old split screen. It turned, I thought I was on one of those argument shows for a second over, LT called Ezekiel Elliott. He didn't call him a quitter on NFL Game Day Prime Sunday night. He said that he quit on his team. And Irvin said that is the worst word you can use for a competitor in the sport, and that LT should know better. He didn't say that, but he definitely implied that, knowing that would be applied to this young man throughout the week. Where do you stand on Ezekiel Elliott and what happened last week?
Well, he didn't play good. I think on that play that they're talking about, the fumble, he gave up.
He did.
There's a lot going on in his world. He's a young kid. We don't know what he's done, what he hasn't done. And he had a bad game. I mean, it's like gloom or doom with there's so many opinions, there's so many thoughts. The Cowboys had a bad game. They got their butts handed to them. Yeah. And he'll bounce back. Believe the hype on Ezekiel Elliott. It's not going to all of a sudden he's dropping down the tubes. He's not going to all of a sudden become an average player. He had a bad game against a Super Bowl caliber defense.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad I'm not going against him this week. Although Arizona is, no slouch. I think that they're going to be home and that they're going to give Dallas a hell of a game. Everybody thinks that Arizona, over the first 2 weeks, has not done very well.
They haven't.
Which is true. And that's the way they're going to play in week 3 and beyond. I would disagree with that.
I disagree with that also. And Patrick Peterson, do not believe the hype on Dez Bryant again. That's 3 weeks in a row. It's going to get better. Here's a fantasy move. Try to trade for Dez Bryant. He's going to have a bad weekend, and then money be like, hey, give Dez to me. I'll give you this one and that one and that one. Because it's going to change. Okay, because he's on the death row. He had the Giants.
Janoris Jenkins.
Shut him down.
And then he had
the no-fly zone.
Aqib Talib.
And then this weekend it's going to be another tough matchup. Right. And the things are going to get better. And then he's going to have Janoris again. But Dez is a guy you should try to trade for in fantasy football. Certainly,
I wouldn't trade him knowing that the Rams are right around the corner based on what we saw last night with your guy, Pierre Garçon.
Yes.
And then when we left, we saw that the next home game for the 49ers is going to be against the Cowboys. So Dez is going to have that team that had gave up not one but two 100-yard wide receivers last night.
But work somebody in your league like, Dez had another bad weekend. I'll take him for these two scrubs, and then it'll pay off for you.
Is there who in the Stern League would buy that sort of business? Who can you fleece in the Stern League like that?
Nobody wants to trade with me in any of my leagues. I don't know why. We got this guy. He comes on the show, Fabiano. He offers me trades.
Yeah, I don't trade. We did make a trade with Fabs.
We pulled one last year.
Or was that 2 years ago with Fabs?
He offers the worst trades. I'm like, who do you think you're talking to, my man?
I know.
It's not happening. Call someone else. Call Dial a Joke. Don't call me.
Fabs is 2-0 as well in our league as well.
He's got a good team, and he picked Ezekiel, and we thought he was going to be suspended. And
he still won with him having a horrible week last week. So who should hype be believed for this week? Believe the hype on which players? This week?
Well, you know I'm a Giants fan, and Rashard's coming in here. Jennings is coming in here. Defensively, believe the hype. Daily fantasy football on the Philadelphia Eagles versus the humdrum New York Giants.
The Vultures of the Ether picked up the Eagles this week. We're playing them against Torrey Holt. We got them.
Okay.
So we're believing that hype.
Yeah, believe that hype.
Check mark from us on that one, yes.
Big Mike Evans. He's going against Rhodes, who shut down, sort of, Antonio Brown this week.
Yes.
Rhodes, tough, big. Big Mike Evans is bigger. Clash of the Titans. Never bet against Big Mike Evans. He's going to get his points in fantasy football this week.
And by the way, speaking of the Minnesota Vikings, Chris Mortensen just broke this piece of news involving Sam Bradford, that Bradford tested out his knee that kept him out of that game against the Pittsburgh Steelers last week, and that Bradford is seeking a second opinion from these are the 3 words you never want to have associated with you, and Dr. James Andrews. Later today, according to sources, Andrews is the one who did the ACL repairs, plural, on the left knee. I mean, this is coming out of absolutely nowhere. Bradford was the NFC Offensive Player of the Week in Week 1, and now here comes Case Keenum. I know one of the guys I'm playing against in my other league, they've got the Bucks D stashed on there, but it's either the Bucks D or the Broncos D. Which one would you choose? Knowing that it's Case Keenum, maybe.
I always go with the Broncos D. I'll go with the Broncos D. For daily?
No,
they got both of them?
No. They have both of them, and they have a choice against me this week. And the only reason why I ask your advice is because I know it's going to be completely wrong.
Oh no!
And help me out,
Rich. Would you like to do a little dance this weekend?
Oh yes.
Head to head. I'll send you a little challenge, a little head to head daily. Head to head, because who wants to wait for one matchup in the Allison change? Head to head.
How about head to head? How about my team against your team this week? Vultures, my team.
Forget that ragtag league that we're doing with bad internet. I'm talking about daily. We go head to head. You keep these 2 goons, these 2 flunkies, you, Del Tufo, and this guy, keep them out of it. And we make it $10, man. $10 for the cheeseburger. It's a cheeseburger.
Am I allowed to do this as an NFL employee? Can I do daily fantasy? I don't believe I can.
Oh, we're nervous here.
No, I'm not nervous.
We'll do it for free.
The last thing
we'll do it for free.
For free.
For free.
Bragging rights.
Just so I can come here and stuff you next week.
I'm not even on a daily fantasy site.
I'll set you up.
You got to clean the studio again. Come on, Rich.
I think I need to get express written consent from the commissioner of the National Football League, because I'm not gonna do this to cost my job.
No, you don't want to do that.
No,
you don't want to do that.
Thank you, Michael.
You don't want to do that. You see if you could get some express written. What is it? Consent.
Consent. Yes, from the commissioner of the National Football League.
You check them. You see if you can work it out.
Or we just don't wait for me and Brockman versus you and whoever your flunky is.
I got no flunkies.
Okay, and you and complaining about the bad Wi-Fi in Jerry Cantrell's house.
The hellhole he lives in.
Let's just do my team against yours. You already had a great night from Pierre Garçon. I had a great night from Carlos Hyde with Brockman. Put your figurative money where your mouth is, and
told you, I can't even tell you some of the people on that team. They were auto-drafted. I don't even like those dudes. There's a few, I'm fixing it up. Okay, but right now, I couldn't even rattle off my lineup because I'm not emotionally involved. It's all about the emotion for me. It's all about the honey for me, not about the money, Rich.
Maybe you're just concerned because the last time you and I did some sort of thing in fantasy football, you wound up cleaning the studio up. We put you in some sort of janitor outfit.
Spit shine this place.
You were terrible. You took some sort of spray and sprayed it all over the place, and it stunk to high heaven because you had no idea what you were doing.
I spit shine this dump. I cleaned it up real nice. It's a beautiful studio. I'm just playing. I just want that action with you, Rich. I want that action. I don't want to wait for that.
I'm giving it to you.
I want that action, man.
My team going against Torrey Holt. I don't know who you're going against this week. Doesn't matter. It's as if you and I are going against each other.
Scotty.
Great. So it's as if you and I are going against each other. Let's do it.
I'll do that too. But I want you to see if you can express written consent to dance with me. $5. $5. You can't even get a cheeseburger in LA for $5.
We could do lunch. We could do a lunch.
Fine.
All right, for a lunch.
Steak and lobster. Surf and turf, man.
All right. Very good. Who else you got on the Believe the Hype list right there?
Anybody who's wearing a Dolphins uniform. And that means Larry Zonka, Bob Greasy.
Against the Jets?
Dan Marino. If you could wage those guys, put them all in there. Because anybody that's wearing a Dolphins uniform this week, including Smoking Jay Cutler, They're going to all do. They're all Ajayi, Devontae Parker.
Bring them all. Yeah.
Jason Taylor. He might even play tight end. Anybody.
Yeah. Bob Greasy.
Anybody that has anything that ever played for the Dolphins. I think J-Lo owns a piece of the team. Put her in your daily. You'll be fine.
Like A-Rod.
Yes. Boom, 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 boom. I like that. Rich.
Oh, my gosh.
Those are my guys. Believe the hype on those guys.
All right. That's Michael Rapaport on Believe the Hype. You got anything on what the NBA's right around the corner before I let you go? What
like that.
I know. Like if I
stand behind Charles Barkley, what he said. He said it in a lot of words. I call it the skinny genification of the NBA. And you know, people like he's hating. Charles Barkley is a wealthy, successful person. When he played, when he didn't play, there's probably maybe 2 or 3 guys that will be lucky enough to be revered as much as Charles Barkley 20 years after their career. I totally agree with everything he said. I'm concerned about the NBA. Also, I'm concerned about it's starting October 17th.
Yes. Well, they did that on purpose because they don't. They just.
They need rest.
Well, it's not that they.
Their knees need. Their 19-year-old knees need rest.
But here's the thing: is and I said this on yesterday's show. Might as well bring it up here again.
Yeah. What is it?
No. Is it the players who are saying I don't want to play, or it's some actuary that's sitting in the front office that says, based on the metrics that I know about sleep and I know
Artis
about
Gilmore
travel,
didn't get metrics.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know if it's a player saying I don't want to play these back-to-backs.
They did it. They said it. They've made it very apparent. Rich, listen, these guys are incredible. But when I was 19, I played in the park, in the streets of New York for 9 hours a day. Granted, I wasn't moving very fast, but the next day I got up and played for 9 more hours. There's just too much debutante, babysitting, ballerina bull crap in the NBA. And I think in the long run, you're going to alienate the fans with this stuff. It's just too much. Everybody wants to, there's like 1 or 2 or 3 guys that are the greats. And everybody wants to brand themselves and their sneakers and their T-shirts and their Instagram. It's like at the end of the day, you got to show and prove, man.
Well, I just think it would be more harmful if they don't play when they show up to a town and everybody's bought the tickets for it.
It'll happen this year.
But if the skinny genification actually allows the players to play that will at least do something with the fan base instead of turning them off. That would turn them off.
Mark my words.
Okay.
Dudes who are not injured will still sit out games this year. The only person in the league, and you know, I can't stand him, but he's the greatest. The only person in the league right now who deserves to give himself a break is LeBron because of the tread on the tires. Yeah. He's never stopped playing. He's always in the finals. He's always the man, the workload. Other than that, everybody should be playing.
Michael Rapaport, check him out on Fantasy Zone from the Rap Zone, as we're calling it over there. Part of the Rich Eisen show set is where he's going to be part of Fantasy Zone on Channel 704, only on DirecTV this weekend, at Michael Rapaport on Twitter. We'll see you next Friday, sir.
I cannot wait to watch you on the next Thursday night game. Keep kicking butt every Thursday night, Rich.
Boy, thanks for your support.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you like that, please download our app. There's lots of fun things there other than just more of the videos you just saw. You can call us from the app. You can email us from the app. Just download it. Trust me, you'll enjoy it.